What's good, YouTube? What's good, YouTube? What's good, YouTube? Hopefully y'all can hear me, man. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Let me go ahead and pull this up real quick so I can make sure everybody is all on the same page here. Give me 1 second. Cool. That's what I like to see. All right, cool. That's what I like to see. All right, bad. All right, guys. So, man, I'm glad some of y'all made it. If y'all are watching after I drop the video or after I drop this live, man, I hope y'all are having a fantastic day, man. But man, listen, we got something good today, man. We got the title of the video. Y'all see the title of the video. The title of the video is Simp-O-Mania, right? Simp-O-Mania. The reason I named the video, the reason I gave this video that title is because, man, a lot of brothers today within this past 2 weeks is embarrassing Black men as a whole, right? Embarrassing Black men as a whole. And it's sad, right? It's sad because, once again, these guys are allowing these women to, once again, sit over here and just disrespect them right in their face. And they're just going to sit here and just, oh, well, it's whatever. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I still love my baby. Or your woman going to cover it up as in, well, you know what? He's not insecure. Or it's just so many things, man, where people try to change the meaning of what imp really means, right? And it's sad, right? And we're going to do a video on that sooner or later. But we got these few videos here where you got a guy who is about to marry his woman, and he decides to say, you know what, hey, she loves this freaking artist, so I got all the money. Let me go ahead and get this artist to come. Right now, that's very romantic. You know, that's something that she will forever remember. But it's not him. It's not him bringing the guy there, right? It's the act, right? It's the act. It's what she did in the process of the guy being there, right? She gets on her knees. She gets on her knees for another man. That's an issue, bro. That's an issue. Then you got another video where you got a guy who's sitting over here at a concert with his lady, and she decides to jump on stage to dance with some artists, and he's sitting over here air thruster, right? And she over here air throating this guy. It's crazy. We're about to jump into these videos, man. But once again, man, the state of men today, man, is starting to become a little hard to defend, man, because once again, you got guys who are doing this. Now, of course, most of you men are not doing this crap. But you're starting to see a whole lot of this stuff, and you just have to question, right? You have to question some of these guys who raised you, right? And 9 times out of 10, it's women raising these men, right? We're also going to look at Russell Wilson, right? We're going to look at Russell Wilson and him being on I Am Athlete's podcast, right? The fact, hey, and some people might have mixed feelings about it, and that's fine, and I'm going to give my 2 cents on it. But, you got Russell Wilson doing what he's doing, right? You got Russell Wilson over here, hey, well, this, my mother told me, man, that if I deal with this woman, with these children, I'm gonna have to take care of these children, treat them as if they are my own, which is true. But once again, right here, you're going to hear that from a lot of your women. That's why I asked, who raised these men to act this way, right? And once again, your woman is going to cover it up with saying, well, you know what, they're not toxic. They don't have no toxic masculinity. They're comfortable with their girlfriend. They trust their girlfriend, yada, yada, all that BS, right? And it's just, once again, it's sad, right? It's mad sad because, once again, these guys are allowing this shit. Let's look at this one video, right? Let's go ahead and look at this one video, man. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Let's go ahead and look at it. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Cause this stuff, man, it's just mad. It's just mind boggling, yo. It's just mind boggling. Hold on one second. Let me go ahead and share my screen for you guys. There we go. All right, there we go. There we go. Now I got it up for you. All right, let me go ahead and pull this up real quick. Let's go ahead and see this shit, man. Hey, look at this, yo. Now look at this. Ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell. My shawty is going to sit over here, get on her knees for another man, and then put her face where the man's meat is. People, come on. People, come on. And you got women who will literally, hey, as a matter of fact, hey, guess what? Right? Guess what? The fact that he's willing to sit there and say, hey, well, look, hey, man, look, it makes my wife happy. He cares about his wife. He cares about his woman, right? He cares about his woman. He cares about his wife because guess what? He'd rather see her happy than sad, right? This right here, this is the things that he gets. And guess what? That's what, hey, guess what? For a lot of you women, that's all men really deserve. A slap in the face. And then look, and then what makes it worse is he's just sitting there. He is just sitting there. And this is what I mean by, man, you have guys who enable this type of behavior. And a lot of your women you're going to have your women who will sit over here and defend that behavior and say, well, you know what? It's one of her favorite artists. You can give her that pass. It's one of her favorite artists. It's not like she's having sex with him on their dance floor. It's not, but it's the principle, people. It's the principle, right? It's the principle. The fact that you are willing to get on your knees and fangirl out over this man, that's, I don't, look, he puts his pants on. That man puts his pants on just like your husband. That man bleeds just like your husband. He is no different. Yeah, he got tons of money, but he is no different. But once again, you will have women who will sit up here and act out and do things, disrespect the man in these kind of ways. And once again, and cover it up and say, hey, well, you know what? It's just performing. Well, you know what? Hey, he respects her. Well, he's just looking out for her. Well, it's not like she's over here having sex. They will always come up with an excuse to defend this behavior right here. Mind y'all, bro, look at what she is doing. She is on her damn knees with her face next to the man's meat. The only time you need to have your face next to any man's meat is when you with your husband in bed. Is when you are with your husband in bed. But once again, your woman will always cross these boundaries. And it's up to us men to say, hey, well, look, that's not what we're going to do. That's not acceptable. That's not appropriate. Damn sure not in this relationship. Be honest with you, that nigga probably should have clapped her in the head and walked off. Right? He should have been gone. But once again, you're going to have guys who sit here, right, and say, hey, man, they're just going to let this shit pass by as if nothing really happened. You see him just sitting there just laughing like, bro, like, no, I would have caught that wedding off right then and there. I'm like, oh, no, hey, make sure he take you back home, too. Make sure he take you back home, too. But once again, when you have men who sit here and allow this shit, you then have women who come up with responses sit over here saying, well, you can't speak for all men. When you're trying to sit over here and say, most men don't sit over here and accept this shit. You will then have women will sit over here and say, well, you can't speak for all men because you have men who are like this, who allow shit like this. That's why women have enough confidence. That's why women can sit up here and say, well, you know what, you can't speak for all men. Well, that is just you. No, it ain't just me. Most men will tell you that it ain't just me. Most men will tell you they are not going to put up with shit like this. But guess what? Hey, we're in 2024, right? You can't have toxic masculinity. We're in 2024, right? You shouldn't be able to control your woman. You shouldn't control your woman, guys. I mean, hey, look, once again, you can continue to take that type of rhetoric. It's only going to put you in a bad situation. I mean, he's doing everything that he can, man, to try to get her off of him, right? And trying to take her away. And she gets up and then go hugs him. After you just sat over here and just smell, bro, man, how his balls, man, you just smelled his ball sack. You just smelled his nut sack. And you went over here. Not only did you just smell his nut sack, you got up and then you hugged him. You just hugged it. You just hugged the man's third leg. Now you get up and you have to hug him again. And once again, you got this guy who's just sitting over here just, come on, baby. Okay, hey, baby, I get it. I get it. Yeah, I get it. I know his nuts smell like flowers. I get it. I get it. Yeah, I know he's your favorite artist. Come on, babe. Come on, babe. I've been trying to grab you for the past 20 minutes. Come on, babe. And it's just embarrassing because once again, a lot of your women only care about marriage and weddings, right? Mainly weddings. Only your women care about weddings. Only what did I say? Only your women care about weddings. When do you ever really hear a woman saying, "Hey," or you see a woman bringing out a man's favorite artist? You will never hear that. You will always see a man going above and beyond for the woman on a wedding day because it's for the woman. And the fact that he probably freaking paid for most of that shit. He probably did. He probably paid for damn near for all of that shit. He got the damn artist up here, and the things he get is, let me go ahead and see what this artist's meat smell like. And then on top of that, let me go ahead and hug him. And you sit here and embarrass him in front of his family and your family. Y'all know this, and y'all know he's not going to have any respect over there, right? He's not going to have any respect over there. And that's sad, right? And that's sad. But once again, as men, when you allow this kind of behavior, women will always walk over you. Women will always walk over you. Shit. She might as well, man, just went ahead and got butt naked and just effed him. She should have just went ahead and got bucket naked and just went ahead and just effed him. Because at that point, man, ain't no return from that. Ain't no return from that. Ain't no coming back from that. As a man, ain't no coming back from that. As a man, there isn't. You can't come back from that. You cannot come back from that because once again, this is not the first time she disrespected you. Right? This is not the first time she disrespected you. But once again, you will have women who will sit here and say, well, you know what? There's nothing wrong with this type of behavior. Well, that was her favorite artist, right? That's her favorite artist. You can give her a pass. It's her wedding. All right. Okay. It's the wedding. As if that makes any difference. As if because, hey, this is a favorite artist, we can go ahead and move morals and principles to the side. Once again, only women have that kind of mindset. And then you got to question the men. Why are you dealing with women like that? Why are you dealing with women like that, man? So the funny thing about that is, right? The funny thing about that is you then have another guy. Who decides to take his woman, right? Where all of these guys are sitting over here, men, in service of the women. You don't ever see these women in service of the guys. All of these guys are in service of the women. Right. And all of these guys are getting slapped in the face. Right. You got this guy who says, you know what, let me take my lady out to some freaking concert to come see some artists. Right. This is his second artist. Let me take my lady out to come see some artists. He then bring her up on a stage and gets you dry humping her. He brings her up on the stage. She's sitting over here, man. I'm talking about. Well, I ain't gonna do that. Pause. But bro, like you gotta question the fuck out of some of this shit. You gotta be like, bro, how are you allowing your woman to jump on stage and do that stuff? And you know what's funny? Can we all at least can we matter of fact, let's go ahead and look at the video. Let's go ahead and look at the video first. Man. Because this shit right here is just funny. Now, I wish I could actually pull up the videos or, a different way, but this is the best way I can pull them up. So let's go ahead and it should be it right here. Let's go ahead and look at this. Man. Let me do it for you guys, man. Yo. Like this is crazy. Man, I ain't even trying to show all of that. Man. I ain't even trying to show all of that, man. Look at it. You see him shaking his head. Hey, look, y'all see the guy shaking his head. Y'all see the guy shaking his head towards the end. Look at this. Look at this. Coping. The guy trying to cope. But bro, like once again, you allowed your woman to go up there. When we have guys, man, who are sitting up here pandering to women and scared to sit over here and put their foot down, these are the results that you get. You get embarrassment. And then you have women that sit up here and try to gaslight you and saying that, hey, you're just overthinking it, right? Because this is just a performance. They're just having fun. Cut it out. Right? Cut it out. This is what your woman is saying. This is what your woman is saying the whole time while this is happening. Right? This is what your woman is saying. Oh my gosh. Goodness. He's pointing at her. Go out there, sis. Go out there, sis. This is your time to shine. This is your time to shine. Yeah, sis. Yeah, sis. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then she's sitting over here looking at the boyfriend. Look, man, she's just over there just having fun. She's just having fun. She's just having fun. And the guys are sitting over here. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't have no issue with my baby going up there, man, having some fun. I don't have no issue, man, with my baby going up there, man, dancing on some other guy. It's just a performance. It's just a performance. So you're sitting over here trying to make sure, man, you look all big and bad, man, for these women, just so they can sit over here and say, hey, well, he's not insecure. He's in his masculinity and this and that and the third. People, guys, you just can't, you cannot allow women to gaslight you into believing this shit right here is okay. You cannot allow women to gaslight you into believing this shit is okay. Women just sitting over here. You got some women saying, "Oh yeah, he's that's the true man. We need more men like him. We need more men to sit over here and allow their women to be liberated, sexually liberated, be free, have their fun." Once again, man, you can have your fun, but within certain boundaries. Today's women, they don't have fun within certain boundaries. Today's women, they only have fun. And as long as it's benefiting them, they don't give a damn who it hurts. They don't give a damn who it hurts, and it's sad, right? It's sad because, like I said, man, these are going to be the same women who are going to end up, like, let's just say she breaks up with this guy. Let's just say the guy breaks up with her, right? And they're going to ask later on down the road, what happened to your last guy? She's going to point fingers. Well, it wasn't the best, right? Women always do this, right? They either point fingers or they try to give blame, or they try to put blame on both parties, but the women will never take full accountability. Women will never take full accountability. They either take half accountability or no accountability. And that's what you're going to be seeing here with these women. But let's look at this part right here, right? Let's go ahead and look at this part right here, man. Because what's funny is, like I said, you have women who sit here and try to be disingenuous, right? And try to say, hey, well, guys, guys are never, to the point, man, where, you can be insecure, you can't be insecure, just because, your woman is out here, man, dressed a certain way doesn't mean she's going out here to disrespect you. Just because, blah, 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 you got these guys that's over here that allows the women to go out here and dress up and act however they want to act because they trust them, right? Okay, right. Once again, you have women who sit here and say you have guys who do not mind this kind of behavior. Literally, you got some guys out here who will even defend that. You got some guys who will even defend this kind of behavior. But what's funny is, right? What funny is, look at this, right? Let's go ahead and look at it. Let's go ahead and look at it, bro. Look at this, man. Look at this. Now look at the girl next to this man. Look at the girl next to this man. She over here like, damn, that's your shawty, ain't it? That's your girl, ain't it? Probably, and then guess what? Now probably be the same system who will sit up here and try to argue with you and say there's nothing wrong with wearing booty shorts. There's nothing wrong with going up on stage to perform. But hey, guess what? You're in a moment, right, where everybody in the world, right, where everybody in the world is connecting with nature, right? What do you mean by they're connecting with nature? Once again, women will sit up here and say you can only speak for yourself, when it comes down to imps, right? When you sit over here and say most guys won't do a certain thing, women will sit up here and say, you can only speak for yourself. You can't speak for all men, right? So essentially she's saying you can't speak for imps, right? You got some imps who are okay with this, right? But they're not going to call them imps. You're going to have imps who are okay with this. Okay. You here have nature, right? Where everybody named mama who will probably defend that type of argument now all pointing cameras at him because they understand that this guy has allowed his woman to go on stage and get dry humped by another man. And guess what? Why do you think all of the cameras is on him now? Why do you think everybody is looking at him? Because everybody knows that sister just crossed the line. Everybody knows that sister just crossed the line. But once again, you still have sisters who sit up here and say there's nothing wrong with that. That you can't speak for all men. But then you literally have a whole stadium full of cameras pointed at this man because they understand the situation that he's in. They understand that, yo, bro, your woman is up here, man, practically having sex with this dude. I mean, just straight, look like, bro, if he could, he'll sit over here and straight bust this woman out, right, on stage, and you're just okay with it, right? You're just okay with it. But like, that's not even it, right? That's not even it. Once again, you have your women who sit up here and say you can't speak for all men. And when they're sitting over here saying you can't speak for all men, they're speaking for your imps. They're speaking for your guys who defend this kind of behavior. It seems like this guy has defended this behavior on an occasion. This ain't her first time being disrespectful. Let's go ahead and look at this other video, right? Let's go ahead and look at the third one, right? Let's look at the third one, because when you look at the third one, it literally goes back on everything, pretty much on everything that women say when they sit up here and say, well, you know, once again, you can't speak for all men. Well, you know what, you're only trying to go off of your personal experiences and da. Once again, man, men are trying to tell you what they like and what they dislike. Men are telling you right now, we dislike this kind of behavior, but women don't want to hear it. So, right, these women sit up here and say, hey, you got other men who do enjoy this behavior. I would say, enjoys this behavior. I would say he has encouraged this woman to act this way, because once again, she just didn't wake up and just do this one day, right? She probably did. But once again, what I'm saying is this wasn't her first time disrespecting this man. So we got all these women who sit up here and say, well, there's nothing wrong with this, right? You know, hey, you know, you got men who enjoy this. Okay, let's go ahead and see what this man was doing right after, right? Look at the walk of shame. Look at the walk of shame, bro. Look at the walk of shame. Look at the walk of shame, bro.
It was that bad, girl. Like, bro, you were holding the nigga's dick. The way that I put your phone.
Sad. But you know what, though? It is refreshing, right? It is refreshing that I will say it is refreshing to see that you have some of the sisters pretty much correcting her, right? From my understanding, you know, let's go ahead and go back to that video. Let's go ahead and go back to it. Let's see what the sisters were saying towards the end. Let's see if they were holding her accountable.
It was that bad, girl. Like, bro, you it was that bad, girl. Like, bro, you were holding the nigga's dick. The way that I put your phone.
From what I'm hearing, from my understanding, it seemed like one of her friends were jumping on her and saying, man, like, yo, that was bad. Like, what you did was bad, right? What you did was bad. Once again, man, like I said, that's refreshing to see, man, that you at least have some sisters, once again, to at least try to hold their other sisters accountable. Because once again, you don't ever see that. Now, I saw another sister on YouTube. Her name is Crimson Cure. Right? You got another sister, man, who, once again, who gets reality. Right. And then you got pretty much all of those sisters that's on her page. So you got her, you got Sister Daphne. I mean, the list goes on. You got a lot of sisters. I ain't gonna lie to that, but I ain't gonna say you got a lot of sisters, but you got a good group of sisters, right? You got a good group of sisters, man, who are seeing reality for what it is and saying, you know what, hey, man, we got to at least make a stand for this crap, man. This is BS. This is BS. Shouldn't no man have to put up with this? But once again, you're going to have imps, right? The same men that women defend when they're sitting over here saying you can't speak for all men. Where when they're saying you can't speak for all men, they're talking about you can't speak for the imps. When you have guys who sit here and are just okay with women's behavior, right? When they don't want to put the foot down with their girlfriend, hey, well, you know, man, look, yeah, baby, it is what it is. I respect it. I love it. You will forever get disrespect. You will always get disrespected. You will always get disrespected, and that means there is no clear boundary. That means there is no clear boundary, and that man did not set a clear boundary. How is she so comfortable with jumping on stage, acting like she's over here throating another man? How are you comfortable? As a woman, how are you that comfortable with going on stage in front of millions and millions of people and doing that type of stuff? That's an issue. That is an issue. That is an issue. But once again, we just sit here and just say, well, you know, it is what it is. Well, you know, whatever. Once again, we can't keep going through life like that. And you guys, you can't keep doing that because once again, it's only ever going to bite you in your ass. It's only ever going to bite you in your ass. And you know what's crazy? This right here is no different. This right here is no different than what Usher did to Alicia Keys in that Super Bowl. Literally, is no different than what Usher did to Alicia Keys in that Super Bowl. And guess what women were saying? Well, that's just a performance. Y'all men are insecure. Y'all men are this. Y'all men are that. I mean, cut it out. Cut it out. You are clearly crossing boundaries when you're sitting over here, man, grinding up on another man or grinding up on another woman and y'all married or whatever. You know you're crossing your boundary. You know you're crossing boundaries. So why are you sitting over here once again playing these type of games? You can't be disingenuous. You just can't continue to be disingenuous. Can we all at least agree that this nonsense that, you know what, hey, you're going to have men who agree with this stuff. Can we go ahead and cut the nonsense that, hey, you can't speak for all men? Once again, even innately, men who even your imps will not agree with this crap. Even your imps don't agree with it. They try to play along. They try to play along to get along, or to get along to play along, whatever. Right? They'll try to play along. But once shit hit the fan, man, it's like, dude, he has to take the walk of shame. He's having to take the walk of shame. He's going to have to live with that for the rest of his life. Same thing with the woman, man, that's at the marriage. We are having a wedding. I get the wedding is all about you. But we're having a wedding and you sit over here and you around this man, you done got us viral. Do you think, man, when he's thinking about the wedding day, he's thinking about, okay, yeah, man, we had a great time. No, that man is going to be thinking about the time he brought an artist here. He then went viral because his lady then sat over here and was hugged up against this man's meat. I mean, like, come on, man. Like, come on. And once again, what will possess a woman to sit over here and get on her knees in front of her man and hug another man? Like, come on, man. But once again, so you got some guys who sit here and encourage that behavior, who sit here and say, hey, man, it is what it is. Hey, hey, look, you know, it's my baby. Hey, you know, shoot, I don't have no issue with that. I don't have no issue with my baby man going out here having fun. Okay. And guess what, right? You have your women who sit up here and say you can't be insecure. You got a lot of guys who are insecure. You got the toxic masculinity. Once again, all right, hey, look, remove your toxic masculinity and act like this guy, and you're going to end up like this guy. Remove your toxic masculinity and end up like this guy. So it's only ever going to fall on you. It's only ever going to fall on you. But like I said, man, that's ridiculous, bro. Yeah, that's ridiculous, man. As a man, I don't know how you allow your woman to do that, for jumping on the stage and also, man, sitting over here hugged up on another man while you. Once again, man, it's crazy. It's crazy, but. We better go ahead and look at some Russell Westbrook, man. Hopefully, man, I don't get copywritten for this. But we got Russell Westbrook pretty much talking about being a stepfather, man, you know, and his whole process and that. And like I said, I don't ever really have an issue with, you know, Russell Wilson. I don't see why really anybody would, other than him being a super simp. Right. He's definitely a super simp. I'll give you that one. He's definitely a super simp. But what I will say is I'm not going to knock this man. right? That's why I don't ever really ever talk about him, because once again, you have a man, right? Once again, men are not going to suggest this to other men. Men are not going to suggest this to younger men, right? But you have a guy who is sitting here saying, you know what, hey, you had this little child here, or whatnot. I love the mother. I got this little boy right here. I want to be the father for this. I want to be a great father for this guy. And he's a good role model for that little kid. He is definitely a good role model for that kid. So when you have a lot of people who, down Russell Wilson, it's just like, okay, once again, I get it. He's a super simp, and you got Sierra, who somehow, some way was able to get out of the situation, which once again, we encourage that for women, right? We do encourage for sisters, even if they do have some kids, to at least change your ways. So hopefully you can find a man, because I always say, even your single mothers who got tons of kids, I ain't gonna say every woman is deserving of loving, but hey, know who wants to die alone? Who wants to die alone? So I'm saying, man, look, it ain't going to be over for you if you have a bunch of kids or a few kids, but you need to change your ways. You need to change your mindset. And hey, maybe she did change her mindset. Now, granted, she really ain't changed much of her mindset, because once again, she got herself a traditional guy, but she's not traditional herself. Jumping on the internet, taking pictures, man, damn near half naked. That's how you represent your man. Once again, that's how you represent your man. No, so like I said, man, that's why that's my biggest issue with Russell Wilson. Like, bro, you're a super simp. Like, you're a super simp. And you could have picked any woman in the world who had no kids and way less baggage than Sierra. But you decided to pick Sierra and said, you know what, I'd rather pick up somebody else's child, right? Knowing that she's diligent, knowing that her baby father's a pookie. He done took a bunch of shots at you. You get what I'm saying? Why put yourself through that situation? Why put yourself through all of that? Now you got people sitting over here saying, well, the reason, man, Russell Wilson, tanked, during with the Broncos, because the guy, he caught up on Sierra. He stuck on Sierra. It's like, now, could that be true? Don't know, right? I don't know why Russell Wilson is as bad as he is, with the Denver Broncos, but hey, once again, as a football player, I can tell you, sometimes it's also the system, and sometimes it's where you're playing at, right? That's just me, as a former football player who played football since the third grade, I can tell you right now, sometimes, I apologize, man, I'm sick, but sometimes, man, it could be the system, right? So would I blame it on Sierra? I think it's just timing. I think it's just bad timing that he goes to Denver Broncos and deals with Sierra, and now he's all over the place. I don't know, in that regards. But what I will say is, man, he is very much a simp. Yeah, right. He is very much a simp. But the fact that he's willing to go out his way and say, you know what, I'm willing to be a father figure to this child, right? Because a future probably ain't a good father figure anyway. So I'm willing to be a good father figure to this child. You can only apply that. Because imagine you are a child. You are future son, right? You ain't really hanging out with dad like that, because dad always on the road, right? Smashing women out, you know what I'm saying? So, you're eating box and, hitting some moose knuckles, you know what I'm saying? So what man does he have in his life? So once again, you have Russell Wilson, who is willing to play that father role. I mean, hey, look, if that's what you want to do, I wouldn't suggest it to any man. But once again, if that's what you want to do, and if she allows you to be the father that you need to be, not the father that she wants you to be, but the father that you need to be, then I mean, hey, I say go for it. Right? I say go for it. Just as long as she once again allows you to be the father that you need to be, and not the father that she wants you to be. Because a lot of these women want a man to just sit over here and just be there just to help take care of that child, right? She sit over here, hey, well, you know what? I squandered my youth. Give me a simp so I can sit over and eat up all his money, and he take care of me and my child. It's a free ride for a lot of these women. I just say don't fall victim to that. I just say don't fall victim to that. And then given the circumstances where the baby mother or the woman could have a baby father that's mean or got out of jails or Pookie and Ray Ray, it's just not something that you want to deal with. Man, it's not something that you want to deal with. But let's go ahead and look at this video, bro.
Days later, I meet C. And when I walked in the room and I saw, little future, he's 9 months at the time or whatever, and he crawls in my lap, and it was like, this is going to be my responsibility. God, I remember leaving that night, and God saying, God saying to me, raising this child, it's just going to be your responsibility. And realizing, praying that God, you sure.
Look, man. I mean, God dog, bro. God dog, man. Give me 1 second, man. Let me go ahead and flip on the light for you guys. Let me flip on the light for you guys. All right. So, like I said, man, and I got the light on for you guys. Hold on, make sure everything's good. Let me show you everything's good. All right, cool. All right, cool. So, you sit once again, that's one thing I hate when people sit up here and say, well, God told me to do this, God told me to do that. Maybe God can influence you to do some things, but I doubt God will sit over here and tell you, hey, go ahead and be responsible for this woman and her child. Like, come on, man. Like, let's be honest here, right? And that's the simp rhetoric. That's the simp talk that you're going to hear from a lot of guys, right? He is your bona fide simp. Hey, well, you know what? God told me that I need to take care of that child. No, God said that if you're going to lay down with a woman, you need to be with that woman, right? Sierra decided to pick the piss poor man, right, to lay down with and have a child with. Now that man is not picking up his obligations. I doubt God will sit over here and tell somebody else, hey, I know you ain't got kids of your own, right? But go ahead and go take care of this man's child, take care of this man's responsibility, take care of this woman's F up. No, hell no. Hell no. But once again, that's the simp rhetoric that you're going to hear from a lot of your men. Well, God told me, man, that I need to cuff this woman, right? Now, this woman's a stripper, right? God told me, man, to cuff this stripper, man. Now I know she got 5 kids by the man, but God told me that I need to take care of those 5 kids. Can't be sitting here like, nigga, is you stupid? Whew, boy, I tell you, man, like I said, man, that stuff don't make no sense to me, man. That stuff don't make no sense to me, man. But once again, you will have your woman who will sit up here and say, yeah, that's a real man. That's a man that we need in our life. Okay. Once again, these women will sit over here and say, out of all 3 of these men that we just watched, your woman will always say, yeah, we need these type of men in our lives. Yeah, I bet you do.
Sure, this is what you want me to do. Say, son, this is for you.
The first night.
Yeah, the first night. It's going to be your responsibility. And it's been scary. Was that scary? Oh yeah, I mean, I think scary just in the sense of not scary, but it was more so an opportunity. Like, okay, God, this is what you want me to do. This is stepping in to raise, a child to see and this and that, and realizing that, okay, God, like, I know she's the one for me, but also too, I'm going to take this responsibility as well. Okay, like, and I was ready for that. I was ready to.
Man, that shit lucky hurt my ears. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. Like, that's why the title of this video is the title of this damn video. Simp-O-Mania, man. Simp-O-Mania. Now, so there's gonna be some women who sit up here and say, how is that imping? Right? How is that imping? He loves his woman. He loves it. Man, once again, to sit over here and tell me, right, if you a man and you come over here and tell me that, hey, man, look, bro, I was just thinking, man. God goddamn told me to cuff this P star right here, this corn star. Now she do got a couple of kids, but hey, he told me, man, that I need to go ahead and make her children my responsibility, right? Because they need a father figure, right? They need a father figure. Okay. I will probably sit here and look at you and be like, dog, if you don't get the fuck out of my damn face, bro, like with that bullshit, man, because I'm like, dude, like, man, look, bro, you can't be an adult talking to me like that. You can't be an adult talking to me like that. Like I said, no man will ever suggest it. But once again, if you want to be in a woman's life who has a child, you want to take care of that child as if it's your own, go ahead, right? Go ahead. Like I said, I've already told you, man, my conditions. As long as she allows you to be the father that you need to be and not the father that she wants you to be, then okay, then knock yourself out, right? Knock yourself out. But when you have guys like this doing shit like this, it's like, bro, like we don't need to hear that. Right, we don't need to hear that make believe BS, that Beauty and the Beast BS, that love story BS. Well, God told me I need to take care of her child, so that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. As if God was gonna sit over here and tell another man to go ahead and take on another man's responsibility. Right, it'd be a different story if it's your brother, and let's just say he just unfortunately passed or whatnot, and he has a child. You take his child, and that's where you got god brothers and godfathers and all that shit coming into play. Okay, that's a different story. That's a different story. But not when you have an active option, not when you have an option, right, to pick and choose on whether you want to pick up somebody else's burden or not. Right? Unless you come on now. Like I said, man, it's wild. It's wild, but once again, when you have imps like this, when you have guys like this, they will forever continue to deal with these women, and women will forever have the ammo and the confidence, right, and the audacity to sit up here and say, well, that's just you who don't accept that shit. You got other guys who accept that because they real men. They aren't insecure. Most men will not accept a woman jumping on stage and sit up here and get dry humped by another man. But guess what? You will have women who will sit up here and say, you got to speak for yourself. You got to speak for yourself. That just because you're insecure don't mean you got to project it on all these other men, as if all of these other men will sit here and allow that. Most of your men will not allow that. But like I said, when you have guys who are like this, who just sits here and deal with these type of women, you give these women ammo to say that dumb shit. You give them the ammo to say that. Let's go ahead. Like I said, man, it's crazy, bro. Like I said, I applaud them, man, for wanting to, hey, make sure, man, that, hey, this kid don't, become another Future. I applaud that. But at the same time, man, it's like, to what extent, like, what are you having to give up to get that? Well, you're going to have to give up, man, essentially, people, you're going to have to give up your respect, because most guys are not going to respect you. Most guys are not going to respect him. Most guys aren't respecting him. Most guys are sitting over here making songs about this guy. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Oh man, yeah, this shit gonna take a little bit longer, but that's fine though. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. We already got that. We already got that one. Let's see if this allows me to do it. Yeah, it doesn't allow me to do it. But that's fine though. Yeah, that is all fine. Let me see. Yeah, that's fine. I ain't even about to worry about it. But regardless, man, I mean, he essentially just goes down. He just essentially just goes down talking about, how, pretty much God told him that this is what he needs to do. I'm just here to tell y'all that God ain't telling y'all to sit over here, man, and take up anybody else's responsibility. It's Future's responsibility to be that role model, to be that father figure. That's why he is his father, right? It's his job, right? And it's the woman's job to pick the man for that. But once again, women want to sit over here and just, oh, well, I just want to run through life. Oh, I'm young and dumb. I didn't know what was right. I didn't know what was wrong. And then try to turn around and have somebody else to correct that mistake. And once again, you're going to have guys who are like Russell Wilson try to correct that mistake. Yeah, like I said, it's ridiculous, man. But man, hey, like I said, y'all, if y'all been watching this, man, if y'all actually watch this live, leave a comment, man, down below, man. Y'all let me know, man, what y'all think. Y'all let me know, man, what do y'all think about this, man? Because like I said, dude, the state of black men today, man, it's not looking good. The small group of men that are like these guys that are running around here wearing purses, that are running around here, man, imping over women, that are running over here just tricking off on women and stuff, making black men look bad as a whole. It is really making black men look bad as a whole. The fact that we got 3 black men up here doing a bunch of simp-ish. And what's funny? All three of them, there will always be sisters that sit over here and encourage that kind of behavior. And once again, that's what's wrong with society today. That's really what's wrong with our community right now. Because once again, we are allowing poor behavior to just infiltrate the community, and we just overlook it or we just sit over here and try to gaslight people into thinking that that situation that is very bad is not bad, right? We're just going to gaslight people to think that situation ain't bad. And once again, I don't know how we're going to move forward in society if we just allow this shit to happen, right? I don't know how we're going to move forward if we just allow this shit to happen, right? Once again, you have somebody like Destiny, right? We got somebody like Destiny, man. Let me see if I can pull him up here for you. Let me go ahead and see if I can pull him up. Let me see. Destiny. Let's go ahead and see if I can try to pull him up here for you guys. Yeah, this guy right here, man. We got this guy right here. Hold on one second. It didn't let me pull it up. It didn't let me pull it up. Which it's fine. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let me see. Let's see if I can try to pull this back. I ain't trying to let y'all see my damn files now. But let's go ahead and just leave it here, man. So, better go ahead and wrap this video up real quick, man. But like I said, man, we're going to wrap this live up. But like I said, man, us men, you just can't keep allowing this shit to happen. Right? We can't keep allowing this shit to happen because once again, we're giving women ammo to sit up here and say, well, you know what? Hey, there's men out here, man, who accept that behavior. There's men out here, man, who blah, blah, blah. And they try to make exceptions the rule. And once again, when you try to make exceptions the rule, shit never works. There's a reason why it's an exception. There's a reason why an exception only works for exceptions, right? Very rare does it ever happen, right? Very rare does it ever happen. Very rare I ain't gonna say very rare because you're seeing a lot more men being imps, right? But like I said, man, as a man, right? As a man, you have to take an initiative and making sure that you're not dealing with women, man, who don't have any boundaries. You're not dealing with women, man, who don't have any morals. You keep dealing with women like that, man, who don't have any morals. Once again, they come into the relationship with no boundaries. People with no morals come in any friendship or relationship with zero boundaries because they don't care about nothing. They don't care about nothing but themselves. That's generally what you call a psychopath. That's generally what you call a sociopath. They only care about themselves. So you got these women who sit up here and say, well, there's nothing wrong with me wearing booty shorts. There's nothing wrong with me wearing, wearing a bra outside. There's nothing wrong with me, with my cleavage out. And they're just walking down the street but then when a man says something, they turn around and come to the guy and expect the guy to do something. You just got to say and be like, man, look, bro, why are you trying to put me in that situation? Right? Why are you trying to sit here and put me in that situation? Why are you trying to put me in that situation or put men in general in that situation? But once again, as a man, you just have to understand that you are the one that's picking some of these women. And like I said, the women that sit over here on her knees, hugging up on another man's meat, right? There's one who jumped up on stage, sitting over here air throating another guy, sitting over here, men getting air humped, right? Getting air thrusted. These guys had to have seen red flags before they dated them. There's just no way, once again, these women just wake up and just start doing this shit. No, this is behavior that has trickled down over time, right? And that's a behavior where it started off small, but because you say, hey, well, it's whatever. I love my girl. I want to avoid arguments because I know a lot of guys who don't want to, who avoid arguments just so they can just keep the peace in the household. You got guys who just avoid these small things and then it starts piling up and then it end up hitting you like a brick. You're right. It end up hitting you like a brick. Now you walking down the road, walk of shame. Right? You having to do the walk of shame, and it's sad, right? Once again, it is absolutely sad, man. So, like I said, man, look, y'all let me know, man. Y'all let me know, man, what y'all got going on. Y'all let me know, man. How do y'all feel about it? As a man, would you allow this shit to slide? Would you allow any of this shit to freaking slide? Because I damn sure wouldn't. But man, look, y'all do me a huge favor, man. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, leave me a subscribe, man. Like I said, we're gonna try to do a live every week, You know, if y'all want to, y'all can definitely send me some send me some links on what y'all want to talk about, what y'all want to, go over. Like I said, man, with my schedule being the way it is, sometimes we're just going to having to just do a live early, probably here in the next few months, we can start doing lives at night. Right. I'm pretty sure that's going to be beneficial for a lot of you guys because a lot of y'all get off at night. So, like I said, man, this is my second live stream, but I would essentially say it's my first live stream, my first legit live stream, man. Like I said, we're going to be doing some Kendra G's. We're going to be doing a lot of Kendra G. We're going to be doing a lot of tonight's conversations because, like I said, man, these conversations need to be had, right? These conversations need to be had, and it's fun talking to you guys, man. And, hopefully, man, I get more people to come in next live. Like I say, man, if y'all didn't catch the live and y'all just watching the video and y'all enjoying this video, man, leave me a like, leave me a comment, and leave me a subscribe. Help me get boosted into the algorithm, right? Help me get boosted through the algorithm, man. Like I said, do me a favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, and leave me a subscribe. KB out.